Hey guys, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome to Tuesday night, and I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic evening. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm good to see you. It is good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. I, of course, am Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, and I hope you're having a good evening. I genuinely hope you're having a good evening tonight. I think the world of you guys. You're why I do this. Whether there's one of you, 4,621 of you, or 46,200,021 of you, I enjoy doing this for you guys. So welcome to the show. And let me tell you what, if you're not subscribed, like if you just came by, if the winds of YouTube have blown you to these strange alien shores, please do click that subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications, because that's actually super helpful for me. And you'll be subscribed and you'll get notifications of these fun little live streams that we do 5 nights a week. I have guests. We play games. I do product reviews. I do product deep dives. I unload my deeply personal problems on you. It's the price of admission. That and the occasional super chat. But anyway, yeah, so please do click that. And folks, I just want to remind you all that this stream, and indeed this show, is brought to you by our friends at Hellebarde Games. Now, who is Hellebarde Games, you may ask? Well, I'm going to explain it to you. Calm down. Hellebarde Games makes the kind of adventures that they would like to play, whether it's for 5th edition, for Castles and Crusades, or for the OSR. Old school rules are in play at the table with Hellebarde Games. Now, they're not just awesome people. They don't just make great products. Hellebarde Games has a sale going on right now. All of their current in-print 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons products are available on sale on their website at hellebardegames.com. That's 10 adventuring locations, from a mysterious swamp full of lizardmen to a caravan trail full of adventure. You can probably find something in there. And guys, they're old school through and through. All right. You can get these and just convert them to whatever system you want. So use the discount code 5EOOP at checkout at hellebardegames.com to get their in-print adventures. And guess what? You get 50% off. Can you beat that? I don't think you can. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a discount store out there where you can do better. But honestly, you'd have to bring it. You'd have to show me. I want evidence. I can't handle the not truth. So check them out. Hellebarde Games. Awesome folks. And you guys are awesome folks. Ben Nix, greetings. Lux, Armok, hello. Death Angels, Shadow, Rob E, TXG, Robert Phillips, that doesn't rhyme. Doomsword Dungeons, Ricky Maru, Vincent, not a Bartolo. He's not one. I asked. He was upfront with me. He, said, no, I'm not a Bartolo. Dirty Basement Terrain, greetings to you. Sean Raider. We've got a thing we call Raider Sean. Chris just keeping it real. Ain't nothing fancy. Ain't no titles, ain't no tags, ain't no control characters, just Chris. Death Angel said, you've been thinking about picking up Castles and Crusades. What do I say? Print plus PDF. Let me tell you something. Okay. I have a history with Castles and Crusades. I do not speak for Troll Lord Games at all in any capacity. But I have a history going back. I play tested Castles and Crusades. Probably still got my playtest notes around here somewhere. And I met the Steves, and I worked with Gary when Gary worked with Troll Lord Games to get Yigsburg published. They are awesome. Okay. Troll Lord Games is fantastic. They're nigh uncancelable. and they have ridden the crests, the highs. I've been down here in the troughs, the lows, the trenches, hauling buckets of muck up to tell you guys about the perfidy of Wizards of the Coast. Up on the high ground, that's your Troll Lord games. That's your Castles and Crusades. So is it worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely worth it. It is worth your money, Death Angels. That is an endorsement. And you know, I was talking about my friends over at Hellebard Games. You've got a raft of modules waiting for you to purchase from Hellebard Games if you go Castles and Crusades. I'm just saying, if AD&D or D&D don't scratch your itch completely, you could do a hell of a lot worse than to get into Castles and Crusades. That's all. So, whatever happened to the Yigsburg project? Oh boy, Rob E. just chose tonight's topic of discussion, boys and girls, rather than me sitting here and rambling and flapping my gums. So here's what happened with the Yigsburg project. Set the Wayback Machine sermon to the early 2000s. Gary had created a ton of Greyhawk material. Most of it he left at TSR when he departed their offices after the ambush at Sheridan Springs, and he never saw a great deal of it again, but he kept a great deal of it at home. He was bound and determined to see it published in some format someday, what was in his head, and so on, and etc. He originally, this is my understanding. If this isn't true, if you know this is true, if it sounds like I'm talking smack, I apologize, because I'm not like trying to start none. Don't start none. You won't have none. And I don't want none. Some people have a thing for nuns. But anyway, so my understanding is that Gary originally approached the creators of Hackmaster, Kinzer and Co., and said, "I want to start publishing polished up Greyhawk material, Castle Greyhawk, and so on, because you guys have got the Hackmaster 4E, which is, you know, a heavily house ruled AD&D with some second edition thrown in." And as is my understanding, if this isn't true, then please don't at me, because I'm not trying to start smack. I'm repeating what I heard and is filtered through 20 years of fuzzy memories. They, Kinzer and Co., told Gary, yeah, that's awesome. We want all of it. We want it to become our IP, and you'll work for us. And Gary said, "No, I don't want to do that. I want to retain the intellectual property." And who can blame him? Look at everything that happened to Greyhawk. Look at the awful Greyhawk novels that came out after Gary left. Look at the awful Greyhawk modules. And in spite of that sabotage, by the way, I'm getting off a little bit on a side road here. We're kind of going down that bumpy road. You guys are yelling up from the backseat, "Dad, this isn't the way to get there." And I'm like, calm down. There's an important historic thing we have to see. Calm down. We'll get back on the highway in a minute. But Greyhawk material, literally by a thin margin measured in the thousands of dollars, was outsold by Forgotten Realms. Everybody thinks of the late 80s to the end of TSR as Forgotten Realms over everything. Greyhawk was literally a hair's breadth from selling as well as Forgotten Realms material. And that, by the way, boys and girls, comes from the product managers who worked at TSR, who had no reason to sing its praises. It's a simple fact. And that in spite of TSR sabotaging Greyhawk after Gary left. Now, when Kenzer and Co. went to Gary and said, we want to work with you, you'll be our employee and we'll take ownership of everything you make, for obvious reasons, Gary said no. He cut a deal with Troll Lords and maintained his intellectual property control. He reached out in 2005, I believe, and started hiring authors. We began to work as freelance for Gary. I was originally just to write The Citadel, which is a military fortress in the city of Yigsburg. Then I asked Gary about doing adventure locales, and we kind of kicked the idea around. Nothing ever came to fruition. But we went from 30 or so participants to 11. We had to take over sections of the city that people had been assigned, never worked on, been assigned, done notes of, been assigned, never finished their manuscripts, et cetera, et cetera. So I took on I had just finished the Citadel. I took on Bridgetown and Newgate, and a slum quarter and a farming quarter. And I did all of that. And then Gary asked me to write Teeth of the Barkash Nor, which I also did. So I did a ton of work for Gary. I had all the city sections that I did, and I did Teeth of the Barkash Nor. Gary passes away. So now none of us know what's going on. Gail Gygax, Gary's wife at the time, initially stated it was full speed ahead, get those manuscripts written, keep on trucking. And so we did, and we turned things into Troll Lord, not knowing what it would be. Now, at this point, some stuff has already been published. The Guide to Yigsburg, which I've got over here somewhere, Castle Zagig, which is not Castle Zagig, by the way. The Upper Works box set, the one written by Jeff Talanian, was the first part of Castle Zagig. Don and Lori McVitie's town sections got published before Gary passed away. So some stuff was starting to trickle out. Things were in the production queue. And then Gail went nuts. She severed ties with Troll Lord Games. And then turned to us and said, please send me all your manuscripts. You will be working with me now. I don't think anybody on the development team, I know I didn't send Gail any of my manuscripts. So, yeah. All of the hundreds of thousands of words we wrote were never published. Now, I consider that mine. That belongs to me. If I decide to publish it in some form someday, I'll let you guys know. But like Teeth of the Barkash Nor, I have to be very careful. Gail is an exceptionally litigious person, and by dint of me saying that Gail is a litigious person, Who knows? If she hears of this, she might come after me, but I don't think so. So that is what happened to Yigsburg. In fact, and I think it's a dead link, I think you would have to employ some awesome Google foo. There was a coming soon for Teeth of the Bark Ashnora with placeholder art on the Troll Lord Games website. It actually made it that far. I am reminded of how many people were intensely into flight sims back in the 90s? Jane's, digital integration. Oh, who else? So many companies were putting out high fidelity flight sims. I even remember one company that got in trouble with Lockheed Martin. It was IF-16, lowercase I. The company, I can't remember who they were. They also released IM-1A2, which was an M1 tank simulator. But they actually got in trouble with Lockheed Martin because they didn't get the rights to use like promotional photos to say F-16 Fighting Falcon and so on and et cetera. But Jane's was the cream of the crop. There was U.S. Navy fighters, Jane's USNF Vietnam. They had a World War II one. They had Jane's F-15E, which was a Strike Eagle. They had what were called reference sims, which were basically the same game engine with slightly tweaked flight models and a different dashboard, and you could fly in those. By the way, is there a good source for Greyhawk lore to use when playing AD&D? Yes, the World of Greyhawk boxed and folio sets. Anyway, the Jane's flight sims. I was hyped. One of my favorite jets. It's one of the most controversial aircraft that the USAF has ever put in the air. But one of my favorite jets of all time is the Fairchild Republic A-10 Thunderbolt II. It is called the Warthog by a great many people, but it is the A-10 Thunderbolt II. At E3, I want to say in 1999. Now, Jane's was owned by EA. And EA were becoming the awful, awful fucking people. Oops. Okay, we're cool. The awful, awful frickin' people that they are. But they weren't quite there yet. But EA looked at Origin and a whole bunch of other ancillary companies and realized they were making way more money with racing sims and pro football and, at the time, college football sims. Just like hand over fist. So they shut down Jane's. Jane's was on the verge of releasing an A-10 sim. Nobody had done an A-10 sim to that degree of fidelity. There were some out there. There was A-10 Attack for the Macintosh and then later released for the PC in the Win95 era. There was actually, I think it was Origin. No, not Origin. There's a company that did the original MechWarrior sim, and I'm blanking on the company's name. Dynamics. Dynamics released what was called a Yankin Bank sim it wasn't very simulation-y. You were just kind of basically moving what equated to a science fiction flying saucer, but it was shaped like an A-10. You know, didn't really behave like an aircraft, like a proper aircraft should. So the sim hard grognards didn't really consider it proper. So Janes had brought to bear all of their talent to make an A-10 simulator of the same fidelity and caliber as they had with Jane's F-15. But for the A-10, they had boxes made. They had like oversized promotional boxes at EA. It was literally iron out bugs and send the Gold Master off for production level of close. And right after that, EA shuttered their Jane's division, just shut it down completely. Gone. Longbow 2, all the expansion packs, Jane's F-15 meant nothing to them. They shut it down. We were that close to having a solid A-10 sim. Now, I know people are like, yeah, but, you know, you can, you know, War Thunder has one, you know, you can, DCS has an extremely high fidelity model now. Yeah, it's almost 30 years later. So that is why that is what I feel about what happened with Gale. We were ready to roll. I had 5 completed manuscripts. 5 completed manuscripts by Bill Sylvie with Gary Gygax would have been on all of them. That is in no small part the reason why when Heidi and Eric reached out to me and said, you know, we'd like you to do the AD&D conversions for our project. Why? I felt bound to, even if they had said, look, you know, we'll send you a bottle of wine, I probably would have jumped on it. Heidi and Eric, if you're watching this, no, money now. I'm kidding, but because when I was a kid and I saw those strange names, Erol Otis, Gary Gygax, and so on and etc., I remember thinking, how cool would it be to write one of these Dungeons and Dragons books and see my name on the front for sale with Gary Gygax's name too. And I got this close. I kind of sideways, a sort of fishtailed, a sort of came in perpendicular with basically daring Gale to do anything to me and publishing The Lost Crypt. And I mentioned Gary Gygax's name many times in the text, but it's something I wrote that Gary okayed for insertion into one of his modules. But Heidi and Eric giving me the opportunity to do the OD&D and the AD&D manuscripts for their project means my name is on a book with Gygax. And that means a hell of a lot to me. That means a hell of a lot to me. Archon was a lot of fun, Jimmy. I played a lot of Archon on my C64. I had to play it on the low skill setting. That thing kicked my ass on the higher skill settings. But yeah, Arch on. Ouch. Doomsword, did your dev buddy, did he work over here at Tiburon in Maitland? If you guys have ever played a Madden game, Tiburon Sports, or Tiburon Games rather, they are located just a stone's throw from where I am. They were in the same building that one of our satellite offices when I worked for an electronic funds transactor. Yeah, I lived over there in the same area, Doomsword. We lived up 436 in Post Lake. And I was like 10 minutes from work. But I'd go in sometimes on Sundays, like if we had a commo closet to clean up and I just didn't want to mess with it. Because you know how a commo closet can be. Dirty, full of computer parts. There's stuff you need on another site that you never get around to bringing back, yada, yada, yada. But oh, no way! Doomsword, you lived in Post Lake. I loved Post Lake. It was awesome. The last year we lived in Post Lake, we actually had a house. It felt like a house. Had a 3rd-story apartment, 3-bedroom, with a fireplace that faced the lake. It was incredible. 1,300 square feet. My wife and I loved it. We rattled around in there. Michael, yes, I have played the Heavy Gear computer games. The Heavy Gear computer games are a lot of fun. The first Heavy Gear computer game uses a modified MechWarrior 2 graphic engine. So my buddy Eric Peterson's fingerprints are on that also. Excuse me. Pardon me. But yeah, no, Heavy Gear is great. We're going to deep dive Heavy Gear one day. I'm going to show you guys how the silhouette system works, and y'all are all going to rush out and be like, I want this giant this medium-sized stompy robot game on my table. You will love Heavy Gear. Kissimmee, yeah. The last client I had before I fired them was down in Kissimmee, and it was quite a haul through Narcoossee every day from where I am. People right now are like, where are you talking about? Kissimmee? Narcoossee? What are you even? People are so confused. But it beats me being morose about not getting my stuff published for Gary. But maybe one day I'll just cave in and just share the stuff out there. Who knows? Who knows? It's all sitting on a burned DVD around here or something. Wow, we had 29 people on. Orbital Air, greetings, hello. Michael Connor, howdy. Just leak it. Yeah, I could do that. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. I mean, I would literally flip the armor classes back. I would change the names from Gary's characters and places, and I would just say, here you go. And I would do the same essay that I did in the beginning of Lost Crypt, and I would just publish it. I'm going to do that. Screw it. I'll find a publisher. I'm gonna do that. Prophets of Beans. Hello, hi to Nebraska. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna reach out to a publisher and I'm gonna say, look, it's mine. It's been almost 20 years. It belongs to me. I'm taking the names off. I'll write you an essay in the beginning. Bill, did you turn in your essay? No, man, I ain't no snitch. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Chris, it's my understanding. Okay, so I can tell you unequivocally that the first and last levels of Castle Zagig were done. Castle Zagig was Castle Greyhawk with some refinements. The Hall of Many Pains, the Hump, was also in Castle Zagig, and that got completed and published. But the Hump is really just a gateway to micro adventures, not a castle level. But the bottommost level, I can tell you got done because you would enter the land of the Teeth of the Barkesh Nor through the bottommost level of Castle Greyhawk, which is what Castle Zagig was going to be. So Jeff Talanian had Gary's notes and created the upper works of Castle Zagig, Castle Greyhawk. I had the notes for the land through the Gate of Horn, and it directly references the it being on the bottom layer of Castle Greyhawk. So I know those two existed, and wherever the Hall of Many Pains was existed. Maybe the next time we have Jeff Talanian on stream, we can ask him about what he knew about it. Alan, we should get Alan Grohe on too, because Alan has seen the maps. Many of us have seen the maps. Many of us were standing around when Gary was running things and saw some of his Castle Greyhawk maps. By the way, who asked me earlier about Greyhawk reference? Because if I came off glib or assholish, I apologize. But really, the World of Greyhawk box set and the folio are your best bets. But if you have other questions, please ask me. GM Jacko, I will keep you posted on that. I said, it's mine, and it reminded that Temu, Teenage Mutant Ninja. No, I don't know. Are the boundaries of the Flannis on Earth the only thing as I understand it? Where are the boundaries? That's up to you, my dude. That's up to you. If you want a flat world that's on the back of a giant turtle, a la Pratchett, do your thing. If you want a heliocentric physics following planet that just happens to have magic and so on, then do that. I know some people, when Forgotten Realms came out, they literally like mashed Greyhawk and Forgotten Realms together. Like the Forgotten Realms was one half the planet and Greyhawk was on the other side. And because they're quasi-medieval, you never had people meeting each other, which is actually kind of neat. I'm not an FR fan, not by any stretch of the imagination. Am I an FR fan? Oh, Jorge, did you mean like an online resource, or did you mean like books? Books. I'm sticking with it, my friend. World of Greyhawk box set. Purchase it online. You know, get a print on demand booklet of it, or get a physical copy if you want to spend way too much money for something that might smell like mildew and cigarette smoke. Thank you, Rich. Thank you very much. The Forgotten Greyhawk. So, Vincent, here's the thing about Greyhawk, as I understand. Well, this isn't as I understand. This is an actual fact. The Greyhawk map as we have it, the one created by Darlene, is not the original Greyhawk map. The original Greyhawk campaign map was a map of North America with fantasy locations. Greyhawk is approximately where Chicago would have been. If you look at the near dive, that is Lake Superior in shape. And that's because that's where that's how Gary did that. Oh, thank you, Dirty Basement Terrain. That's very good for Carl, and I hope I was entertaining enough. But without a doubt, your best bet is to literally just make shit up because Gary was. The reason that map is empty and the reason the folio booklets don't detail every town, have you watched the episodes where Kyle and I populate hexes? Greyhawk is not a howling wilderness without ruck, village, hamlet, farm, travelers in, and roads. It's for you to fill out. It's not blank. It's not just here's 2 maps and a couple of blank notebooks, but at the same time, you flesh it out. You breathe life into it. Your Greyhawk may be completely different from my Greyhawk. If you want a fleshier Greyhawk, bloop, 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 bloop. If you want a fleshier Greyhawk, what I would recommend you do is dip into some of the work by Carl Sargent and others. Greyhawk Wars. Things like that. Die Vecna Die, which is just German for the Vecna the. Yeah, exactly, Vincent. It's a fantasy Mad Libs. And for all the people who carry this fucking torch of Gary hated Dave Arneson, Blackmore is in Greyhawk. All right. There's a whole section called Blackmore, and it's got details in the Greyhawk box set over there. Yeah, the hex crawl streams are a lot of fun. You're darn right. But you make Greyhawk your own, you know? I misread a map coordinate and accidentally stuck the Lost Caverns of Sojkonth like 200 miles to the southeast of where it should be or something like that. And do you know what it affected in my game when I just said, well, I can fix this by flipping that mountain map over? I'm not beholden to the website Canonfire. Canonfire. Your Greyhawk is going to be different from my Greyhawk. My Greyhawk is going to be different from Doomsword's Greyhawk. Doomsword's Greyhawk is going to be different from RPG Grandma's Greyhawk. And on and on and on and on. So don't feel like you have to find it. You know, I looked up and down to try and find information out about I don't even remember who it was now. A minor demigod in Greyhawk. And there was some speculation and so on. Do you know what I eventually did? Just made up my own. You know, I went up and down. I was like, what? Just, again, this is the kind of speculation that led me to have the Lawful Good Malorith one time in my campaign. Helm of Alignment change, failed saving throw, failed magic resistance roll. It's mathematically possible. It was fun, and that's over now. No, she didn't die, explode, go crazy, turn chaotic evil again. Anyway. But I was just like, okay, Maris is good. What would a paladin of Maris be like, you know? She's the goddess of love and art. What would a paladin of Maris be like? Well, there's no information on it. Does that mean there can't be any? No, it's up to me. And I like it. I like it a lot. Hey, Imperial Ramblings. There's the man. Who the man? You the man. Howard Hughes is like, my Greyhawk will be the same as yours. Furiously scribbling notes as I talk. Lawful good, Malorith, Paladin of Maris, Hex Crawls. Joke's on you, Howard. I roll dice and I don't tell people about them. There's no god of gastrointestinal distress. There is, and his name is Marco's Pizza. Now, I like Marco's Pizza, but man, you don't like me. Hands up, who remembers putting down half of a pizza pie as a meal when you're in your like late teens to late 20s? I can't do that shit anymore. I'm like, I'm going to have a slice and then take another slice and cut that slice in half and call that 2 slices. And then have some salad with some Newman's Own on it. And that, like, the next day I still feel like I've like drunk a bottle of wine. We had, when I met my buddy Rob, there was an Italian takeout place that was run by a Middle Eastern gentleman there in Pine Hills. This was 1989, so the neighborhood had not been sucked completely into 5th level of hell just yet. And when we would game, like I would go over on Friday morning after classes. I would go over and I'd order from this place their calzone, their like family size cal. And I don't know how this guy did. They were like flat though. They weren't all puffed up. They were flat. They were so good. The ricotta was amazing and the pepperoni and everything. And I'd get like 2 cups of marinara. I get that and a 2 liter of Sprite. And that would take me from lunchtime to midnight. You know, I was 19. I could do things like that. Little Caesars is the definition of pizzeria. Sound it out in your head. I'm not talking about. It's a mashup of 2 words. Pizzeria. Yeah, I love getting pizzas. I'm like, you know what? I got $6. I got some. I got a pitcher of sweet tea at the house. I'll dash over there and I'll get a hot and ready. And it's just, you're just playing. How tweaked out was the guy running the oven today? You know, you're going to open the box and there's just that big lump of risen dough that's burned and there's no cheese on it. You're going to get like the middle isn't baked. Or it's been sitting in the hot and ready thing so long that you get it home and you could use it as a shield. Now, I'll say this about Little Caesars. I'm going to say this about Little Caesars. Yeah, Marco's is pretty freaking awesome. Their wings are actually good. They're too expensive for what you get. Like, it's cheaper just to go to a wing place. Actually, it's cheapest just to go to your grocery store, buy a bag of frozen wings, and cook them yourself to your taste. But Little Caesars actually has pretty good wings. Leave the gun, take the cannoli. Jorge, you are speaking my language. There's my wife's cat. Say hi. The associate producer, guys. $6. I haven't been in. No, I haven't been in a while, but I do remember many years ago. I guess Rosemary must have been 5 or 6, and Charlotte was then around 9 or 10. We used to go to we used to go to my in-laws' swimming pool a day in the summer, and I usually, like, I don't know what it was back then, but summers were rough for money. I can't explain it. Maybe it's because the kids were home all the time. I don't know. But if I could scrape up $5, I could go to Little Caesars, I could get us a pizza, and I could come home and I could make lemonade. You know, we'd usually have a packet of lemonade or something. The funny thing, you bring up a good point, Baron von Headbanger. You'd think it would follow. You would think it would follow that their crazy sauce is just their pizza sauce, but sold in cups to dip their breadsticks in. It's not. The sauce on their pizza and Little Caesars crazy sauce are completely different beasts. The crazy sauce tastes good. Whatever's on the pizza tastes bland. I don't get it. Gaming 10 to 10 and living on Domino's and Dr. Pepper. Those were the days. Darn right. We had a sub shop when I was a kid in Pine Hills, and it was there for a long time. They outlasted a Subway that opened up just a little bit from them. They outlasted a Domino's Pizza. They outlasted so many places. It's called Gabriel's Subs. And one of their, it was like a super, just like a deluxe subs. Gabriel's Deluxe, actually, I think is what it was called. Gabriel's Deluxe, large Dr. Pepper, and a brownie. And man, let me tell you what, that was all you needed to eat that day. All you needed to eat that day. Shakey's. We used to have a Shakey's in Winter Park that I would go to sometimes. They're a Midwest thing, aren't they? Midwesterners, correct me if I'm not right about that, but Shakey's is a Midwest thing. But we used to occasionally, my sister's husband would take us and we'd go to Shakey's, and they had a great arcade in there. But the pizza was so good. It was right on that border of like, this pizza's too thick, because I've stated this before. I am firmly in the Jon Stewart camp when it comes to pizza. All right. Don't bring me a cornbread sauna full of tomato sauce. Don't bring me something that I need to eat like a soup and call it pizza. You Chicagoans, all right? Proper pizza. I don't mind deep dish pizza. I don't mind a thicker bread with a little bit more cheese on top. But you guys need to cut it the F out. But Shakey's is right on the border. And it was really good, but they're not here in Florida anymore. Not to my knowledge. The Bigfoot pizza, I remember those. We actually bought. They opened a physical Pizza Hut, like one of the hut-looking Pizza Huts, back in the very early 2000s. I was floored by this. And the managers, like the manager and the assistant manager, worked the neighborhood selling coupon sheets. They were like these magnetic coupon sheets, and you'd peel one off and you'd bring it. And it was pretty expensive. Except what you got. It was like, it's your birthday? Here, buy a pizza, 3 free pizzas of just whatever you want. It's Saturday before 7 o'clock. Everything's half off. 2 free 2 liters with 1 pizza. It was nuts. It was nuts. And we used probably half of that coupon sheet before eventually the place closed because we mothered it. Little Caesars is the Nietzsche of pizza. If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. Yes, but know also that when you gaze into the pizza also gazes back into you, usually on the John at about 3 o'clock the next morning. Now, I do want to point something out. This is relevant to the game tonight. And that, kids, is why we need snacks whenever we listen to Uncle Bill turn right. Yeah, how did we gamers end up obese? How did this happen? What happened? I remember my friends Rob and Kevin and Jeff lived in an apartment together on the far corner of our apartment complex. I lived on the other corner. Stop it. I'll be to the game in a minute. Stop it, you. But we at the gentle age of 20, if I realized I forgot my dice, I could run across the complex and back. Because I was in a hurry, because I wanted to get back to the game. The only thing I can run at this point in my life is my mouth. There's this this bit in Time Cop, which is a terrible movie, when Ron Silver tells his past self, he just kind of looks him up and down and says, "Lay off the Mars bars." I wish I could do that. I wish I could just stop myself as I was sprinting back across to get my dice back and say, "You like this? You enjoy this? You enjoy being able to do this in a short amount of time? You want to do this for the rest of your life? You want your doctor to not say you need compression stockings? Don't eat all that pizza when you get back. Ask for a glass of water instead of finishing the 2 liter of Dr. Pepper. You'll be fine." Or alternately, just keep running back and forth everywhere and don't drive. Have a good one, Lux. So we're going to start here in a few minutes. AD&D. Mobius is not here. It's his birthday. Happy birthday to Mobius. Happy birthday to Mobius. So his character will be stepping to the back. But we wish him the best of happiest of birthdays. You know what I think we should do? Everybody throw a happy birthday super chat in the chat. Sorry, I'm kidding. But yeah, let's all wish Mobius happy birthday. And just in case anyone was wondering, we are at 4,621 subs. I guess somebody decided they had better things to do with their time. And I really super appreciate that, guys. I really absolutely super appreciate it. I would probably tell myself to go to hell and punch me in the face. I probably, maybe, I don't know. But we'll get started here in just a few moments. I'm trying to, let's see. I am trying to adjust my settings. There we go. I have my YouTube page up over here on the other monitor, so I can tell you guys about things like, you know, subs and all that kind of jazzmatazz. And it was set to the light theme, so I was getting a tan off the monitor. Not, mind you, that my pale pasty ass doesn't necessarily need a little bit of sun, but your wife wants to drive to the Buc-ee's near Ocala. That's a bit of a haul. That's a bit of a haul. Oh, John Walker. Yes, I did get the package. I did get the package with the fragile stamps on it. They were so intent about the fragility of it that they stamped it with a truck tire also. So I'm going to do an unboxing of sorts. Next Monday, we've got a lot coming up this week. Hopefully Kyle returns tomorrow night. If he doesn't, we'll talk about pizza joints, I guess, for 3 hours. But next Monday, we're doing a mail call Monday. We have a package, but I will check it before then, John. I will not just hope that it's in good shape. Me have stick go out soon. Me sorry. Me no get more orders. Me have stick. Me crestfallen. You want ultra minimalist RPG? Buy me have stick. $10. $10 me PayPal. Me have stick ultimate reductivist RPG. Signed copy $11. No art, just rule. Just need coin or pointy stick, you know, land one direction or other. That it. No. 7-Eleven, no wooden nickels. $12 I draw art? Maybe. Maybe I do art. Maybe I do art MS Paint. Who know? Maybe Kickstart. Yes, Kickstart Me Have Stick. Me Have Stick Kickstart coming soon. That up you. That sound like house rule, Jorge. All right. Well, enough of this silliness aside, because we're not playing Me Have Stick. We're fixing to play some first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. So without further ado, we return to the Keep on the Borderlands, and let's welcome our stable of unstable players and give them all a big round of applause. And let us say hello then, of course, to Doomsword Deathmaster as Rockthorn. Elmer Sticky Fingers, played by the one and, as far as we know, only Baron von Headbanger. Kevin, playing Tonstal.
No.
Mark is being Grimsby.
Hello.
And of course, a night of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons wouldn't be complete without driving TK up the wall. So he'll be playing Sir Standard as I drag him kicking and screaming into another session of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Adventurers, do you well remember last time you were facing a group of kobolds? You had cut some of them down. They were gathered in what appeared to be a large common room, while meanwhile, another of your number had gone up a corridor to the north and around to the left and had been espied by yet more kobolds. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes, a magnanimous DM who has dragged me here against my will.
Yes. Okay, so let me do this real quick and pop open.
Where's our cleric?
Our cleric is that is your cleric. He is out right now. He is off celebrating his birthday.
He should celebrate here.
I tried, but apparently he was told that he would not be gaming tonight. So we
I thought. Sorry, I thought clerics were celibate or something, or at least they should be.
No, you're not getting me canceled on that one. Besides, you'd have to take that up with Dungeon Minister, and as I understand it, he's got a couple of strapping young boys and a lovely wife. So, all right. And
no cleric.
I'm sorry?
No cleric?
No cleric. But he was hanging back right now. Anyway, he had cast Bless and was hanging back and keeping an eye on the rear guard area. So let's hop right into it. Refresh my memory. Which one of you had gone off the reservation and gone to the north, please?
That would be me.
That would be you. It had to be you. So kobolds, they're about, because you had gone around, you had looked around the corner.
Yep.
And seen a group of them, and it appears to be perhaps. I need to check that actually. The PDF is exactly print accurate, which means that right after the page I need is all the pull-out stuff from the middle of the module. So yeah, there are 3 large kobolds there, and they appear to have seen you. Meanwhile, down in the common room, you guys had formed a skirmish line. I believe that was Vrug, and that was Sir Standard. And Kevin, where's Tonstol in the mix?
Oh, I was in the front line. I'm
Yeah.
taking faces and taking kicks. So.
I think the last thing that had happened, at least of consequence to my character or Kevin's, is that we had charged into the front line. They were facing eastwardly, and we had charged westwardly. And we're up there with a few of them, as far as I remember.
Well, they're facing west, and you had charged east, but otherwise, yes.
Yeah, fine, whatever.
To clarify, I'm not in the front.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
swap with you if you like.
Me and my 5 hit points are staying right where I'm at, thank you.
Yeah. This is a fair skirmish line, I think. So.
Okay, so in that you have brought a bunch of the kobolds low with a sleep spell. But there are more still in the common room that you are facing them in, and let's see. Yes, there are still I think 7 males, and you've You've dealt with a number of them with a sleep spell. They're lying on the floor around you in the door, but the males have all moved up. You moved up, and we begin the round. Let's start with declarations. Frog, you've got a couple of kobolds in front of you. Everybody on the front line, you've got 2 kobolds facing you.
Yeah, destruction.
Okay.
Yeah, me have stick in my case.
You have stick.
Yes.
Mark, what does Grimsby stand ready to do?
I've been spotted. How far away are the kobolds that spotted me?
Grimsby is possessed of infravision, is he not?
Yes, he is.
Okay. They are at the far edge of your infravision. Yeah, they're literally right there. So you would estimate about 60 feet away.
I will be foolish and try to hit one with my sling before running away. Well,
Okay.
Sling stone.
So you're slinging. And finally, TK, what is Sir Standard doing? You're muted if you're trying to tell me.
Sorry, I have arrows and I will use them. I'm also simultaneously fighting with OneDrive on my computer. Sorry.
Understood. Okay, so let's go to initiative then. And Doomsword, why don't you roll for the side, please? And I think since last time I have upgraded my PC. Last time I gamed with you guys, that is. It is an initiative tie. Missile combat is simultaneous. Grimsby sling, and you are being arrowed at. Oh, that might. What is Grimsby's armor class, please? Mark, you're muted.
I hate the mute button. My armor class is a 4.
Okay, so that was a 14, a 16, and an 18. We'll have to double check those, but and you rolled a 13 with a sling at 60 feet. We have to take into consideration ranges for all parties concerned. Go ahead and roll your first arrow shot, if you would, please, TK.
Sure thing. Where'd that tab go? There it is. Let's see. Hey, ooh, that actually might hit.
What'd you get?
Fighter 1, 16, plus 1 for my dex, 17.
Okay, so 17. You hit armor class 3. I'll double check the ranges, but because you said you were what, like 40 back?
Not quite, but not quite. So I'm probably about 20 feet back at this point.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, not that far at all. Let me pop open my player's handbook real quick.
Now, I want to be able to move in case. So I'm staying at that skirmish range.
Of course, of course.
Let's see here. So 17 AC is AC 4. No, AC. Yep, AC 3.
Okay, Mark, is that a sling bullet or a sling stone?
It is a bullet.
It is a bullet. Number 1 with a bullet. Phew. Okay, and you are being shot at with short bows. So let's see. At long range, so let me pop open ye old Dungeon Master's Guide real quick here. So that becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. That actually hits, Mark. You actually.
Awesome. Then
I'm sorry. What did you roll? What was your total roll?
13.
Oh, a 13. I'm sorry. Okay. So no, that will actually miss. It sails off into the darkness. The kobolds, let me deal with this, and then we'll come back to your arrow real quick, TK. The kobolds, that is a miss on Grimsby. That is a definite miss on Grimsby. And that last one, the 18, 2, 3, 4. What is Grimsby's armor class, please?
A 4.
A 4, that is a miss. So 3 arrows clattering down past you. You let fly. TK, over to you. You rolled a what? A 19, was it?
That's armor class 3, and I already rolled damage, and it is a 1.
It is a 1. Okay, so he screeches as the arrow slams home. Now we are to melee. And for those of you wondering who strikes first in a melee situation, it really comes down to weapon speed. And in this case, the kobolds, being armed with short swords, will likely go first. As we look at the speed factor, this is on page 40 of the player's handbook. Short sword, our speed 3. I'm assuming the rest of you are armed with long swords.
I've got a 5.
A spear. A spear is
6 to 8.
6 to 8. So let's roll for our redoubtable kobolds, and we will do them 2 by 2, as that is what you are facing. So let's go. The first 2 against Vrug. A possible hit. There is a 17. Drugs are plus.
Yeah, AC3.
AC3. That is that might be kind of spicy for you there, Vrug. Let's see.
I ain't worried about that.
No, that is a miss, which means all the others are misses as well, or both of the others. Okay. Elmer's not up in the mix, is he, or is he?
No, I am busily coup de grace all the sleeping kobolds.
Good man. Okay. So these 2 fall to Tonstal.
Tonstal has an AC 1.
Okay, I'm going to need some mighty rolls here. Those were not mighty rolls there. And the last pair of blows will be directed at, I guess, your man-at-arms, or are your man-at-arms back? Because if it's just you 2 up there, then you're each getting
I would be. Yeah, they would be up there. They would be up there as well. Sorry, I'm in control of them. I forgot to mention them.
That's fine. That's fine.
Also, why am I always in charge of the man-at-arms?
Well, you're a people person.
Oh,
Not
you've
you,
got
but
to
I'm
be
not.
kidding me.
They did.
That's why you're in charge of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
As they say, is toast. So a pair of nat 20s.
Oh.
So
Brilliant.
leap forward, thrusting their swords. He's backing away, trying to bat at them with his spear. He gets some cuts on his forearms as he parries away their flurry of blows. Folks, I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it myself. A pair of 20s and then a pair of 1s for damage on D6. When the kobolds literally could have sliced the guy into lunch meat. That is amazing. Lord Corion, welcome back, my friend.
Okay, so they've lost 1/6 of their total health.
Okay, so yeah, that is some amazing luck. A pair of 20s and then a pair of 1s on damage. All right, counterattacks from the party, please. And then your second arrow will fly, Sir Standard.
All right, I slash aside the kobold's feeble attempts, and attack one of them.
That's me, not Doomsword.
Oh,
He hasn't
okay.
rolled yet. So, yeah,
All right.
I think I also missed.
Right, there's me.
Did not. The dice are hot tonight. You thrust at the kobold.
Oh, damn it.
I put the modifier in though, so it's a total of 4.
It's a total that slays the kobold. So you have one kobold left facing you, and the man at arms, please.
Absolutely.
And remember, you guys are under the effect of a blessed spell. Also, that was cast last week.
Well, then we can add 1 to both of these, and I guess those hit.
What? Either of those would have hit, but why are you rolling 2 dice? He's only got 1 attack.
One for each man at arms. There are 2 men at arms.
Right, but the door is only 10 feet wide, so it's 3 human-sized abreast. Or is he?
Okay.
Okay.
I see. Okay. Sorry, I thought they were both up there. Well
no,
you go.
you can keep either one of those previous rolls. I mean, take the 20. I'm a you know,
well,
fair is fair.
20 was first, so
There you go. Roll your damage.
all right. D8 it is.
And that is enough to bring down another kobold. So there are 4 kobolds left squaring up. Actually, 1 jumps forward. So there are 5 kobolds kind of cowering in the back of the room. You see kobolds that are smaller than the other kobolds, slightly smaller than the other kobolds, and of slightly lighter red complexions. Okay.
We'll cut you all down.
Grimsby, you have slung at them, and now you're going to sprint, correct?
Yes. 120 feet.
Okay.
Top speed. Screaming
Homer,
the whole way.
You're still coup de grace the sleeping kobolds. Kevin Tonstal is still fighting, yes?
Yes. We're not, just to clarify something, we're not using adjusted to hit AC, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just want to make sure because I haven't been, but yeah.
I appreciate your diligence, but what Kevin is asking about, folks, is in the player's handbook, there is a table where you adjust by weapon type against given armor classes. Don't use it. Gary didn't use it. No DMs, as far as I'm ever been aware of. I attempted to use it and it slowed the game to a crawl. Just don't use it.
I use it. I use it in my game. Sorry, I'll leave now.
Well, you'll have to tell me the secret sauce of how you make that work. But anyway.
2E was better than 1E on that.
That gets you booted.
I mean, Gary was part of both.
Okay, so let's go ahead and Vrug is going to slash. Elmer, you're coup de grace. Tonstal, you are attacking. Grimsby, you are turning and running. Sir Standard, are you continuing to fire arrows?
Yes, I never got my second one, by the way.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought that was the 6.
Nope, I rolled for men at arms.
Roll it now before we initiative.
Sure.
14 will hit.
14 plus 2 is 16. There you go.
Point.
And D6. That'll bring them down.
You are firing at a very short target in melee. Let's see. You did not prang one of your fellows by a little bit. All right, so now again there are 4 kobolds in the front rank. All right, we have declarations. So BVH, why don't you please roll initiative for us? 2 I have. One you have. Mark, you are going to get 3 arrows at you before you can flee. 2, 3. It looks like Howard Hughes, thank you very much. We have a super from Howard. The only way I'll ever get 20 to show up on screen. Thank you for the live stream tonight, Pulse. Thank you for your super. The 19 is 19 becomes 15. Let me check on that. He is not meleeing you, so you do not suffer for that. Up to 19 becomes 15. And your armor class is what? Mark? You're muted?
4. I'm gonna
4.
just stay off mute.
Okay. Yeah, you hear the arrow whiz past you, but you turn and you move your 120 feet. Where are you going?
Straight back to the keep. No. I'm going back to the rest of the party yelling, "There's more this way."
Okay, you raise the warning cry, and you hear their little ratty voices, and they are beating feet behind you. So you merge with the rest of the party. The kobolds up front. So this is going to be 1 on Vrug. We're going to say 2 on Tonstal, and 1 on Man-at-Arms. Let's go. Vrug.
AC 3.
You are missed. Tonstal.
AC 1 for Tonstal.
I'd say something snarky about not being able to hit you, but we all just saw a pair of 20s. That ain't it, Jim.
Sucker!
And finally, versus the Man-at-Arms, who a moment ago had fended off a flurry of kobold stabs and slashes.
He's dead.
He is not. He is not. Okay, so counterattacks, please.
AC, yeah, the AC 7.
Missile fire, of course.
Okay. Yep.
That will miss.
Nope.
All right, I'll attack with my long. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say now first melee, so all please do.
All right.
Man-at-Arm.
The Man-at-Arms hits.
Okay. Also, how did both Men-at-Arms get hit if they were both hit for 1 then? I can't.
The 3 hits, the 17, or the 3 wounds the kobold, but he's actually still up. Vrug, you hit. Roll your damage. And the Man-at-Arms, the 2 points of damage, that was 1 on each. Believe it or not, he's still alive.
That was 2 points to 1 Man-at-Arms, right? Yep.
Right, it's 2 points to 1 Man-at-Arms. Kevin, make your attack.
All right.
Longstall.
There it is. So it's 16 with the bless.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that should hit.
Yes.
Bless +1 on damage as well, right? Or am I incorrect?
Oh, +1 on damage. Oh my gosh, you guys are just leaving these kobolds all up. However, remember, you add a point because you're a ranger.
No. I'm just a fighter.
Oh, I thought you were a ranger.
No.
I thought you had some absurd amount of hit points.
No, I did because of my con, but yeah, the other guys, we have a backup ranger, right? So,
Yeah.
You do.
Okay, so yeah, that's
that would be 4 total if bless is +1 on damage.
right. I don't. Let's see. First level.
I think it's just a hit. I don't think it's damage.
Yeah.
I think so as well.
Yeah, it's just 2 hit dice. It raises morale by +1, but I think that's a leftover from chainmail, actually. Not even from OD&D or Holmes D&D. It's left over from chainmail because morale was figured on percentages in AD&D. Anyway, let's get back to it. So strangely, you guys haven't killed a single kobold in this melee round. Fire your arrow, if you would, please, TJ.
Sorry, Bill. I rolled a modified 20 and scored 7 points of damage. But there were dice flying all over the place. So
I see. All right. So we're down then to 3.
Also, one of the men-at-arms.
And
One
roll.
of the men-at-arms hit AC. Well, he hit AC. What would have been 5 for 5 damage? Did that not kill one?
So there's 2 kobolds left. And you have an arrow fire into melee.
Now,
Yeah, they're both on Tonstal too. So,
Yep.
yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So
Well,
there.
that's 16 total, which is AC 4.
Oh, you're so lucky. Tonstal, yeah, this arrow just zings past your elbow and hits the kobold in question. And that is a 6. So
And
that
6.
that kobold is deceased. There is one left. Let's see. So we're in a new combat round. There's one kobold left. Grimsby comes running in saying, they're coming right up behind us, and you guys can certainly hear behind you the sound of kobold feet. So Grimsby, that was a whole round. So, yes, you hear your cleric call out, look out, here they come. And you now have 3 large kobolds who have run into your rear areas. So you have 1 kobold in front, a bunch of younger kobolds and possibly female kobolds to your front, but they don't seem to have engaged you yet. And then you have these larger kobolds that have sprinted around the corner and now face you. They're almost they're almost dwarf sized. These are big kobolds, but they're clearly kobolds. So let's get declarations. Doomsword, what is Vrug doing?
yeah, assuming he heard this, he'll go ahead and turn around, hoping that the other one is fully engaged with Tonstal, and hold out his sword and his shield. And, come get some.
He posed to establish dominance. Gotcha. Okay, Elmer, are you still ganking kobolds at a rate of 1 every melee round?
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, Kevin, what about Tonstal? You've got a kobold directly in front of you.
Yeah, I'm stabbing him in the face, preferably in the left eye, but I'll take a cheek.
If you nat 20, I will say that you can pick which eye you'd like to stab him in.
Beautiful.
Grimsby is kind of right there when the kobolds come sprinting around. What do you wish to do?
Oh, I was hoping to get behind Sir Standard and point him and his arrows at the big ones. But if I'm in the mix, I will take out my daggers and prepare for death.
Okay. And Sir Standard, clowns to the left, kobolds to the right.
I will order the men-at-arms in front. That is to say, in front of me. So one will disengage, the other will move in front of me. I will back up my movement and lob an arrow if I can.
Sure. Jack Photon, curious to know if anyone here uses a paired D6 and D20 to roll a 20. Yes, I have a home set around here that I occasionally do that with. If I don't like how the D20 might feel, I will do the D6. I got those from Threshold Dice Works, and I could have sworn I ordered a non-painted / colored set because I wanted to dual color my D20 and do like half red, half black, or half green, half black, or half green, half red, or something like that. So half of it would be for 11 to 20, and half of it would be 1 to 10. But I just do a D6. 1 to 3. It's it's a 10s and 3 to 6, add 10. Anyway, let us move on. Threshold does make amazing dice. Yes, they do. Let us move on, and I think we are down to initiative from Kevin. Please roll initiative. A 2. I got a 6. Kobold up front is fighting for hearth and home. He's not running anywhere. He goes, Richard. For those of you who speak Kobold, he says, I'm done running.
Not Briark. Come on, Kobold.
It's a different tribe of humanoids. 15. Let's see.
AC1.
Right. I'm gonna just kind of AC1. Yeah, no, that's not even close. You just kind of bat his short sword away with your hand and lunge at him to stab him in his eye. How rude! I certainly hope someone stabs him in the eye. The other kobolds are big and tough kobolds. Actually, let's do this instead. Let's do it one at a time. This one is on Fighting Man. And that is a miss.
Not much difference between 7 and 1 there.
Yeah, I know.
Numbers.
That's my only gripe about the purple dice. They're high vis, but that one on like the 10, the 12, the 8, and the 20. It's like, come on. Robert Phillips, I think, just is trying to bait me into saying the gleam in the eye of Sit. But I'm not going to do it. All right. That is a miss. And this last one is, that was Man-at-Arms, Grimsby. And, I think this one is gonna. I'll roll a d6, a d6 and a d20. On 1 to 3, this one lands on Grimsby. On a 4th or 6, it lands on the Man-at-Arms. Man-at-Arms. It doesn't matter because it didn't hit. Okay, counter attacks.
Am I close enough to where I can just close with these guys now? They're like in the middle of the room because I had turned.
Actually, no. They around and kind of come up to the rear of the party. You have to move 25, 30 feet to get to them. Your closer target is behind you in the doorway.
Can I go ahead and move into engagement, even though that wasn't my declaration?
Sure. If you want to abandon this, yes, you can.
I do.
All right. Okay, Elmer.
Attacks. Misses.
All right.
Right. Tonsil's going to attack. I'm going to hit this guy in the face. Yeah.
You are not. You're like, hold still.
I think the spear's defective because it's definitely not me.
Definitely not.
Using a spear is defective.
Oh, I see. I see what the audience wanted. The stab in the eye of Sit. There. Okay.
There was an arrow being shot?
Yes, there was an arrow being shot and it missed.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I do have 1 minute arms. Can the one?
I'm sorry. What?
Can the 1 minute arms attack?
Yes, both of your men-at-arms. Oh, the one up front. Yeah, the one up front can attack. Yeah.
Well, the one that's currently with the party is disengaging. Well, the last kobold's dead, so it doesn't really matter. But he was going to move back, and then the other one was going to move basically in front of me. So does that mean he can reach the kobolds that are advancing on us, or no?
So there's still a kobold up front that hasn't been dealt with.
Okay.
The arms that you ordered to turn around Well, it's irrelevant, but the man-at-arms that you ordered to turn around and fight with you is just now moving into place. So,
Okay. There we go.
So let's. Has everyone on the side attacked?
I need my second arrow shot, but that's it.
Go ahead.
Sure. All right. And no.
Yes. Okay, in the new round, 1 kobold to the east and 3 kobolds to the west, and the party in between. The father is singing hymns and preparing bandages. That is what your cleric is doing. Declarations. Vrug, are you attacking? You were moving this round, right, to fight the 3 kobolds?
Well, last round, I assume, because I didn't take another action. The previous round, I had turned around, or that was my declaration was to turn around, and then I had nothing to do, so I tried to move forward. If it takes me this round, that's fine too.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You've moved up, and you're now in the teeth of these funky kobolds.
Yeah, I'll hack its head off with the longsword.
Okay. Elmer, you've got 4 more kobolds to put nighty night. You're working that toad.
Yeah.
Working that toad sticker as hard as you can. Kevin, you gonna once again try and get him in the eye?
No, I'm gonna lower my expectations and just try the center mass this time.
Fair enough. Mark Grimsby going full hand still.
So here against these 3 kobolds, there's just now Vrug and myself. Is there a man-at-arms right here as well?
Yes, there's a man-at-arms with you.
Then I'm going to try to sneak behind the 2 big folk and not be a target anymore.
Fair enough.
Fighting withdrawal.
He's going to have his hands full dealing with them. No, there's 3 of them. So yeah, you may still get hit,
Okay.
but why don't you roll initiative and we'll find out what happens.
Well, actually, hold on. Let me ask a question then. Is there enough room for me to do battle in that line with 2 humans next to me?
Yes, unquestionably.
Then I'll keep sticking stuff in.
Okay.
I'm a half orc. Okay.
You're still giant to me.
Well, yeah, but I'm not human.
And unless that's a tie, that's going to be that's probably party goes first.
Boing.
Party will go first. Missile fire goes first. Please to do.
Alrighty. Let's see how this one goes.
That will hit.
Yes, it will. And then damage.
That will take him down. 2
All right.
large kobolds left in the rear of the party. Melee attacks. Vrug.
All right. I'm going to attempt to hack this guy's head off. Like I said, Bless is still in effect, correct?
Bless is still in effect, yes. That will hit. You will hack his head off unless you min damage on this.
Right. So this is +3. That'd be 10.
Yeah, you have turned this kobold into 2 half kobolds.
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
That is exactly what you did. Tonstal, do something terrible to him.
Yeah, I'm planning on it. It's just.
There
Hey,
you go.
there's a 20. Okay, so damage is 4.
You cut him down. Well, you know what? That became a 20, so yeah, you ram your spear into his eye socket.
Thank God. See, that's what you get. Next time, be more patient.
So there are 2 large kobolds left in the... I guess if you were facing north, they would be on the left flank. So...
Grimsby, those are 13 and 16, either one hit? Maybe the 16?
Well, which for handedness, obviously you're going to say that the 16 is -2, is the on hand, so it's at -2. So that becomes a 14. Let's see.
I thought with my 19 dex, I have better rate of two-handed attacks.
That is how it was with Turgo, at least according to my interpretation. He had a 16, which made him -1, -3, I think, and I think the 19 makes you 0/0.
That's what I was thinking, but I'll take whatever.
At any rate, it still hit. So
okay, cool. We can argue about it later. The hit is still a hit. 5 points.
And that is enough to slay him. One is left.
I'm not involved, but I'd like to argue now.
That's what the Discord is for.
What the Discord is for, exactly so.
Man-at-Arms is my final arrow. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So Man-at-Arms first, since he's in melee.
He hit.
That'll work. All right. And D8 for Man-at-Arms.
He slays it outright.
Okay. Okay, and that beefcake of a kobold is no more.
The kobolds, the fighting kobolds, all lay dead before you. There are easily 24 of the other types who have backed away, and they are looking in horror as you massacre all of these warriors. However, I should point out that they're all clutching broken bottles, cleavers, knives that are basically the equivalent of prison shanks, but they don't look. Let's see. Look. They look terrified but determined.
Throw in some oil, throw in a torch, and bar the door.
No one leaves, and they're suffering quickly.
Not to be the spoil sport here, but just a thought. If we treat these guys nicely, other people will be willing to, or other people, other demi-humans will be more willing maybe to surrender to us. Think about what the Nazis did in World War II. They killed all of their prisoners from the very beginning.
Please don't get me demonetized.
Please trust the historian.
I trust the historian. It's the YouTube algorithm that I don't trust.
Just clear out the way and let.
What I'm saying is if we inherently kill anyone who surrenders to us, that will make others less likely to surrender to us in the future.
Are they surrendering? It doesn't seem like they're surrendering.
I have a question. Will it make others less likely to kill us if we are in the defensive?
I have a massive hatred for kobolds, so I'm not.
Yeah, he's a no, so.
That's fair. I'm just saying it'll make them more likely that other forces will surrender to us in the future if, right, we make it clear that we take prisoners and not that we slaughter everything and everyone.
That is the elf way.
Hey,
I kill.
If you want to kill every single man, woman, child, dog, cat, and cockroach, you go for it. But I've said my piece.
You want to talk to him?
Not to put the YouTube algorithm to shame here, but no.
I see them like the runts. When you trap a small one, you let it go. They're not worth it. Just clear them out.
But
what happens when they come back?
They're not going to come back.
Again, are they surrendering? It doesn't look like they're surrendering. It looks like they're last standing to me.
They're last standing because you're in their doorway. They can't escape.
Agreed.
They're like a feral animal. You get them in their den, they're going to sit there and scowl at you and do whatever they want. Clear out of the way, let them out.
And didn't Elmer throw some oil?
Yeah.
If anyone is staying fight, happily murder them then. But otherwise, I say we let them walk, and they can let all the other goblinoids know that anybody that surrenders to us will be treated fairly.
Why do we want prisoners?
We don't.
What will we do with them?
We don't have to keep them prisoners.
Target
we can
practice.
send them out somewhere else.
Target practice. That's a good one.
I'm more concerned that there's more of them around the corner there, so I'm going to go scout over there. You do whichever you want with these ones here.
Same. I'm going to turn my back and plug my ears.
Who's got a torch?
I think you, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, I don't.
I got infantry. Man-at-arms. Any of the man-at-arms have torches?
Yeah, the man-at-arms have got torches.
Light it up. I'll throw it in there. Throw in some oil.
Okay. So you're throwing a flask of oil into the room. Well, Corian, when they come back, more treasure magically appears. Yeah, no, no. It's not like, I remember in Doom 2 when I figured out how to use the arch vial to farm more ammo if I needed it. Just let him keep resurrecting the shotgunners and chain gunners over and over again, so you could clean up on bullets and shotgun shells. But no, that more treasure is not going to magically appear. And thank you for the super, Lord Corian. I greatly appreciate that. So anyway, you light the torch, you throw the oil in, they scatter out of the way, it smashes against the wall. One of the men-at-arms throws the torch in, and the floor is now on fire.
Is there anything else in there that can catch on fire? Wood crates, anything like that?
There's little bits and pieces of stuff. Let me see here. I need to make a quick check.
Well, let's shut the door anyway. That way the smoke will get them anyway.
Okay. Yeah, you see there's like the oil lands on like a large folded square of silken red cloth, and then the torch goes in and it goes up immediately. But they immediately start dumping buckets of water and stuff on it. They put the fire out, and you can see as they're shutting the door, that's what they do.
Dang it. How many were in there?
Easily a couple of dozen, not counting the young.
All right. Well, my idea didn't work.
Apparently, what do you go for then? Wade in and slaughter and paint it red.
That sounds good to me.
There's no choice. We're warriors.
I'm with you. I can't stand the little boogers.
Yeah, I suppose I'm just. Who cares? I'm just gonna go in there and start hacking stuff.
Okay. Anyone else going in the room? I guess you're going in there, Grimsby. No, I'm sorry, not Grimsby. You're going in there, Elmer.
Yep.
Okay, Kevin, is Tonstal going in?
I am. I'm reluctant, but we're convicted. So, if
Okay.
you get my meaning. So, yeah.
Okay, so this room is. Let me describe it to you here. Give you roughly.
I'll guard the door.
I'm sorry. What was that, TK?
I wasn't asked what I was doing, so I was saying I will guard the door.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this room is irregularly rectangular. It's got like a little step back in one corner, but otherwise it is 40 feet north-south, 50 feet east-west. You guys march into the room. You got him watching that. The kobolds, having seen you throw the oil in and then enter the room, all let out a shrill, high-pitched cry, and the three of you are immediately mobbed by 7 of these things as they rush forward. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. And since Doomsword, you went in and you're at the top of the rotation, roll a d6 for me.
Females.
All right, you guys go first.
All right, so I suppose I'll go ahead and make an attack. Bless is still in effect, correct?
Yeah, I think so. That's
Ooh.
not going to...
Yeah, that's a 10.
Elmer?
That's +1, or that's +1 for Bless, and then another +1 for versus kobolds, I guess.
Let me just double check their armor class real quick.
So that's a 16 total.
That is a 16. That will almost certainly hit. I don't think they have an armor class that's that good. Yeah, they're not that well armored. So yeah, you hit one.
Okay. All right.
You kill her. Another one, just like as she's falling away, another one just kind of moves in front of her. So you still have 7 on you, and Tonstol finally.
All right. If I can get the damn button to click. All right. It's a 19.
That will hit.
Why did I do a hidden roll? Here's the funny thing. It hides it for me.
Yeah, pick that up quick, or it will stay there forever. Click the pickup button.
Where's it at?
I wiped it out.
Up top.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It should disappear.
But it's hidden even to me. That's the hilarious part. So,
it unfortunately looks like it's stuck now. We're not going to worry about it. Just roll a normal d6.
okay, I got it.
There it goes.
Oh, it disappeared now.
Sweet.
Oh, no!
She does not die. All right. This is going to be on Vrug. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, God. All right. Vrug, you are... one of them leans in and slams a meat cleaver into you, and you take 2 points of damage.
You pay.
All right.
If Elmer lives through this with 1 hit point, I'll do something special. I don't know. It'll be epic.
720s come up.
Hey, good thing they have interactions, or there would have been a 20.
Okay. The
5. That 18's probably a hit.
Yeah, the 18's a hit, so come on. There we go. That's 3.
He's down to -5.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so Elmer falls over dead. One of the female kobolds leaps onto him and drags a piece of potsherd across, and there is a spray of bright red gnome blood, and he goes over, and she is shanking him over and over again with potsherd. And these are for Tonstol.
That's not how you kill your buddy. This is how you kill your buddy.
Crushing that paper sounded crazy. That was awesome.
The 18 hits Tonstol
Okay.
for 3 points of damage.
Did he only do 3 points to Elmer?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm sorry. It would have been 3 nonsense. Uncrumple your character sheet.
Terrible.
No, it's just
There you go. Straighten it out.
Too late now. Fed it to a goat.
Okay, I got it. 3 damage.
All right. New round. Those of you standing outside watching this, we'll focus on those engaged in Mortal Kombat. Vrug, you have a target-rich environment. You have 7 female kobolds swarming you. How about Elmer?
What happened? Oh, I'm not dead?
No, you're not dead. You 3 points of damage, not 6. It would have been 3.
Okay, well, he's still down.
down, though, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's still down. He's at negative 2.
Oh, he's down?
Yeah, he's still down. He had 1 hit point.
Right.
So that's going to be 3, and you killed 2 of them, so 21. That's going to be 11 on Vrug and 10 on Tonstal.
Grimsby, since this isn't going as smoothly as he thought it was going to, he will try to go in and save these poor bastards from themselves.
Okay. So Grimsby's moving.
So you are
now
closing the door.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but yeah, it's just like, oh, that's those idiots. Okay.
Okay. And how about Sir Standard? Are you or your men-at-arms engaging in any of this?
Damn it! The only one here I like is that thief who just walked in, and now I can't let him die.
Dilemmas.
You know what? I'm going to shut the door and be like, this is for your own good. I'll stand guard out here. And go back to plugging my ears and going, la, 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 ignoring the whole thing.
Okay. For the sake of sanity, so Grimsby's moving over this round. Vrug, you have 10. Tonstal, you have... I'm sorry, Vrug, you have 11 on you. Tonstal, you have 10 on you. Vrug, I'm taking you're going to be fighting.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I ain't running away from a bunch of women.
You probably should. Really, you should.
You know, it's kobolds and babies. Come on, man.
Ah!
Yeah. You were... Wait a second, Bill, and you were afraid of me getting you demonetized here?
You said a different word.
Yeah, but I know the use of algorithm. I know how to dance around that. You just walked right through it.
Like everything else.
All right. Tonstal, you're continuing to fight. Mark Grimsby's moving up. They're enraged and berserk and defending their hearth and home.
I'm not turning my back. I'll die. Screw that.
And somebody shot us in here. Come on, man.
Roll initiative, please, if you would, there, BVH, since you can't do anything else.
Okay.
Please. Thank God.
That is not happened.
Look at that.
Okay. So, yeah, counter melee attacks against them.
Right back from the grave.
All right, I suppose I'll attack one. Come on, man.
It's like you're being attacked by homicidal devil puppies. Tonstal?
Yeah, let's do the thing, I guess.
Zuli, do the thing.
13?
13.
That'll work, huh?
What did I tell you guys about the edge case rolls? Let's see. 13.
Level 1.
That's -1. Yeah.
That's going to miss.
Really? Oh, damn it.
Really? All right,
Tonstal,
so
you realize that means that the 10 people are going to be attacking you. You got to get your game up, dude. Those are rookie numbers.
Attack the small ones.
I'm gonna do these in groups of 5 because otherwise the dice tray gets pretty chaotic.
God, man.
Ouch.
You dug your own grave there. I tried to talk you out of it.
So that
No,
is
you dug my grave by shutting the door.
that is 3 points of damage,
Man.
and the other 6. Wait, did I do 5 last time, or did I do 6? I don't think
I
so.
thought it was 6.
Or only
Got-
5.
Let's see.
Yeah, I saw 5. Oh, yeah, it is 6. Okay.
Okay. So
The AC3.
AC3, the 17 and 18 might, but I don't. Let's see.
I think I got missed on an 18 before.
From them, actually, with armor class 3, an 18 should have gotten you, so you're getting it now, but the 17 did miss.
Okay, cool.
And that is 2 points. Yeah, so like serving forks and salad tongs. And,
Yeah, whatever. I'm unconscious.
Okay.
0 exactly.
This is
All right.
desperate.
And we're going to do
Last chance to
1,
change
2,
your mind,
3,
friends.
4, 5.
AC1. So those are all misses on Tonstall.
Those are all misses. All right. Those are all misses on Tonstall.
That's not going to continue. You can already see the situation.
Right now, the guys at DD Dice are like, what is going on with our servers? Let's see. That might be a trio of hits. I need to double check that.
If a 17 missed AC3, they miss AC1.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
They all miss. Grimsby, you arrive in the middle of this fracas. Tonstal is the only one up. Sticky Fingers is down. Vrug is down, and there are 21 pissed off kobold matrons.
Grimsby wants to say 3 things.
Okay.
Consul, get the hell out of here. He'll speak in Goblin, his closest thing to kobolds. He'll say, very, very sorry, we're leaving. And he'll then yell, Elf, open the door.
I will happily open the door with a hearty, I told you so, you stupid bleep, 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 and proceed to cuss them out as I walk them outside.
Okay.
Where the hell's that cleric?
I speak Kobold, by the way.
Then say something.
And where's the hell's that cleric?
The cleric is moving up to help drag unconscious folks out. So they're really angry, but they also understand that there may be more of you out there. Let's see.
I have a +5 reaction bonus.
You do have a +5 reaction bonus.
Yeah, with my 6 charisma, you don't want me to negotiate.
Your 6 charisma, I don't think they want you to speak ever at all.
Exactly.
Hey, I got the same charisma, so whatever.
They let you leave. They allow you to leave because you haven't harmed their children.
Yes.
Drag everybody out of this place.
Okay. So yeah, you're dragging your wounded out. What do you guys wish to do? They do not pursue you.
I'm going to make sure I drag Elmer face down by the legs.
Yeah.
You guys let Elmer rest for a week. He comes up. He's just got this scab that goes from his chin to his forehead. What'd they do to me? Yeah, what indeed?
Yeah.
I didn't expect kobolds to be fighting as much as a badger. They're tough.
It's not the
Yeah,
miles, it's the number.
Let's drag our friends out. Get back to the keep. I'm going to hang a sign around the barbarian's neck that says "I'm with stupid." I'm going to point it, and I'm going to have it pointing right up to his face, and wait for him to wake up.
Vrug, you get 8 hit points back. You are conscious, and Elmer,
Sweet.
you get 4 hit points back. You bled out to -4 before you were grabbed. So you're at 0, and you will be comatose for 20 minutes, and you will require a week's rest before you can go back and start adventuring again.
That sounds great, actually.
I love this right here. This wasn't supered, but my God, that's great. By Kobold's mercy. Left hand say, Kobolds play me have stick. You're darn right they do, and they play it to win.
They're winning me have stick. They have stick is the problem. They have stick is the game I don't want to play.
Dungeon Module K1 against the Kobolds.
Yes.
All right. So Vroog, you're up on your feet. Tom's I'm sorry. Elmer Sticky Fingers is being dragged face down back through the kobold lair.
Just because that happened, that means I'm playing him right?
But
this happens in the bar every night. So
it's what my character would do.
he's got calluses for where this scar is, right?
This red dragon breath right to the face. That's why my face is all scarred up like this. That's how that happened. Yeah, dragon. I survived a dragon attack.
Yeah, exactly. It was a 20-minute dragon attack.
Okay. So do you guys just you're stepping over bodies and just noping right out, correct?
I'm following my the group's play, so that sounds right.
Yeah, I'll throw the gnome over my shoulder.
Oh, if I'm not dragging the gnome, I'll check at least one of the kobold bodies, the big eyes. Check his purse.
Okay.
While we go past.
May as well loot the dead while they're already dead. That's fair.
2 silver pieces you find on him, Mark.
Cool. Well, we'll split that carefully amongst all of us.
How about the others?
So the others, they were all pretty much bottlenecked in the hall, and Sticky Fingers was, toad sticker to their ears. So you got, let me see here.
Well, there were like 3 big ones that came my way, right? Plus others.
Yes, there were 3 big ones that came your way. Grimsby just quickly dug through the belt pouch of one and came up with a couple silver coins. So there's 2 of them, but the kobolds, let's see. Chamber.
Yeah, the other ones are all pretty much stuck behind the door, I guess.
Okay. So that I need to check. So 17. If you take your time and, you kind of do the hard stare at the door, you get, let's just ignore that. All right. 1, 2. So from the dead kobolds in the hall,
okay,
a total of 47 silver pieces.
Cool. I will put those in the pouch.
And the 2 larger kobolds, they also had some silver. 12 silver pieces. So that's 49. Yeah, total 49 silver pieces you get from the kobolds.
Okay. All right, that's something that we can split up more nicely with the group.
Yep. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Agreed.
Elmer Sticky Fingers regains consciousness on his way back to the keep. Your feels like the left side of your head is being sandpapered because you're being hauled over the shoulder of Vroog, and I don't know if Vroog is clean shaven or not. I'm just kind of thinking of that bit in the Lord of the Rings when Merry and Pippin were thrown over the shoulders of the orcs, and Merry described it as being like his face.
Vroog's not clean shaven. I mean, as soon as this guy starts moving, I'll just drop him, whatever.
All right. So
And that's
yeah,
at 1 point of damage and starts to bleed out again.
Yeah, your life was being put into the big coffee table book of gnomes. So you all make it back to the keep. Just because I'm feeling salty here. Let me see. That is a 7, I should point out, not a 1. Yeah, you make it back to the keep without any further issues.
Well, it looks like Elmer's going to need some restitution for and being 2-man down. This probably not the most effective way to continue. Maybe we should wait for him to recover.
Wait for what?
Well, I mean,
Agreed.
he's not going to be able to come with us if we leave.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess we gotta wait for him.
That might be good. If he doesn't come with us, he won't enrage in the sight of kobolds and do stupid things.
Yeah.
Well, the first one is true. The second one,
And really, if you don't trust one thief, why would you trust 2? Let's cut down the number of thieves.
Is this just a competition removal kind of situation?
I mean, I did my best to talk down the situation so we could walk away, and then, well, we tried to walk. At least a couple of us tried to walk away, and then that didn't go well. So next time, I'd recommend that maybe we walk away from the women and children, unless Vroog, you want to get bodied again.
All I know is you shut the door behind me, Elf.
And
that's it.
You were bodied. You were on the floor.
Oh yeah, I was on the floor because you shut the
Nope.
door
Nope.
behind me.
Nope. You were on the floor.
How about you send in your men-at-arms next time, or I take their
Nope.
head off too.
Nope. You wouldn't survive. You're on the floor because 8 women showed up and shanked you. That's why you were on the floor. Now admit it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's easy to do. It's easy to do when it's 11 against 1. 5 against 1, 6 against 1, 7 against 1, 8 against 1. I'll take them all. 11 against 1 is right out.
Be on the floor again with 8 against 1.
Yeah, there's a reason elves and orcs don't get along.
So
You're still pissed over the fact that I beat you with my axe.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. That's your job. If you didn't beat me with that axe, I think you'd have to switch roles, and I don't want to do that.
So, gentlemen, Brooke, if I may point something out, when you're attacked by so many, perhaps you want to arrange it so there's only a couple can get at you at one time.
I thought I had companions in my back.
No.
That's what I thought.
You make sure you have a sluice. Like when you're out trapping.
Yeah,
make sure
a
they
sluice.
Yeah. Stand in a doorway.
The hell is a sluice?
It's a big fancy word that I think elves use. It means a funnel.
Probably filthy. Yeah, probably.
Now.
Damn it! I never thought I'd like dwarves more than elves. Well, actually, I always like dwarves more than elves. Never mind.
Remember who buys your drinks.
Me?
And me.
I buy them damn man-at-arms drinks too.
Yeah, and who was the one that just spent the past week helping you get plastered? Now, listen to the advice of people.
Enough talk.
Yes, because I'm smarter than you, and you know it.
My God lives in the sky. Your God lives underneath him.
And steel we can trust. However, steel. and
Not elves.
glass bottles,
Can't trust them for a damn thing.
table legs, sharpened toothbrushes. What was it? What was it else that put you on the floor? Old boots. I don't know. I'm pretty sure one of them had a sock full of silver coins that they just beat you to death with.
Pots and pans. Get the pots and pans.
Yeah, right. Frying pan. Who knew? Right. So.
Wizards.
Yeah.
I thought you were a swordsman.
Wizard. You can be both. Thank you. And I much prefer my bow than my sword.
You could be both, or you could be neither.
If you want to settle this in the street, I'm more than happy to. I have a sword and shield with your name on it. Now, until then,
I'm happy.
you want to go?
Vroog delights in such conversations.
You want to go? We'll go. We just pulled your butt off the floor. I have no problem putting it back down.
Bring it off.
How do we want to split the treasure? I'm much more interested in that. You two can kill each other later.
2, 3, 4. Well,
Yeah, give me enough to drink.
Kill each other, then I'll get more shares. Go for it. I'll come back later.
You already taken enough shares, haven't you? Without
No, I
us
haven't.
knowing.
there are
Give
five
me
of
enough
us.
to drink.
There are 5 of us.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
There are 5 of us and 59 coins. So here's what we do. Everybody gets 10 silver. That 9,
That's me.
right?
I get 9.
Well, there are 59. So, and then you have your 2, right? So everybody gets 10, right? There's 9 left. We set the 9 to the side, give that to the men-at-arms for a job well done.
Okay.
Sound good?
Job well done. Whatever. Just give me enough to drink.
All right. DM, I will
So for those
give them.
who are interested, that is a total of 22 experience points you receive for rogering the kobolds in the hallway. And I don't know, as tough of a time as they gave you, I should probably throw the female kobolds into that mix too, but it's not going to be enough XP to even divide it out amongst you to raise it by a point. So let's just call it 22 XP across the board for everybody. And it also factors in, remember, even if you have men-at-arms who cannot level up, they still absorb some of the XP takes. So that is 22 XP, and you give them the 9. They basically they go to the money exchanger, and they have 5 silver and 10 copper apiece. So they're much appreciative of it.
Additionally, that's what 1 XP each for the coinage. Then
1 XP per gold, and you got
Half a gold.
not. You got it.
I was thinking 10. I keep
Gold
thinking
worth.
10 silver is 1 gold. It's not
No.
It's 20.
20. AD&D. Screwing with me.
Grimsby's gonna get himself some dinner. He's gonna buy Vroog a beer.
All right. So in the keep on the Borderlands,
Actually, he's gonna buy everyone a beer.
Yeah,
A small beer. I think is the cheapest.
450 silver gold or 450 gold silver necklace he's got.
What are you talking about?
Meta acknowledge from the DM. Players can't hear that, but I'm just saying. Of course
Everyone
you can.
does it.
I'm about to go grab myself a small beer after that stuff.
All right. So yeah, that's a silver for a small beer and electrum for 1. You guys know the price.
Yeah, so it's. I'll buy the first round.
All right. Well, if that's a beer for everyone, then that's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yep.
It's your 2 men-at-arms and 6 of you guys.
So anyways, this elf says to me, he says, spare the women and children. And then he locks me in the room.
Yeah.
Yes.
What can an unseen servant do?
Unseen servant is basically like a bodied pair of hands that follows your orders. They can only move up to 30 feet away from you. They can only pick up about 2 pounds of weight. It can't be clothed. It can't make an attack. If it takes more than 6 points of magical damage, then they disappear forever, and they last for 6 turns plus 1 turn per caster level.
Important question. Can it tie and untie shoes?
Yes.
Can it fasten and unfasten belts?
Yes.
Cool.
Can it do wedgies?
The louder the orc gets, the more I'm messing with him.
Fair enough. You've got
get up from the chair. Shoes are tied, belts off, all of it. Single casting of Unseen Servant.
All right. 70 Unseen Servant.
This is a dangerous game. This is a very dangerous game we're playing here.
Yeah, you guys are about to see Vroog not give a damn about full frontal.
Hey, you can't you can't fight me if you can't stand up.
Well, he wasn't talking about
Who
fighting you.
cares
He was
not?
talking about not having pants.
All right,
I don't
so
care about that. I've probably seen that before.
okay, so when you guys enter the Black Main, there are 4 men, obvious fighting types there, just kind of talking amongst themselves. They hear your arguments as you're walking in, and one of them says, so you went to the Caves of Chaos and you fought kobolds there and you got silver and now you're bickering about it?
Yeah, we ran from women. Chosen by a woman.
You weren't there, man. You weren't there. So, I know it seems like it's no big deal, but when you have 10, I don't know what you call them, ramshackle weapons stabbing in your face, it isn't as simple as it seems.
You're a trained fighter. You're trained to fight people with who have swords and weaponry, not people who have broken bottles. You just know what to do.
I will pull you in the front next time, and I'll show you how that works. I am trained to
I
fight.
guarantee you one thing. They're ready for us now. How do you propose we clear this place out, Elf? Or should we just leave it?
To the women and children?
Yeah.
Well, hey, we were intimidating until you tried to fight them, and then they kicked your teeth in.
Once again, 11 to 1. 10 to 1 maybe. 11 to 1. That's a bit much.
So, I advise if we go back there in a week or so, right? What we do, deal with the men, right? Give the women and children a healthy birth, right? And if it comes to fighting them, I'll save a sleep for them. We can come back, we can sleep them, and we can deal with them that way.
I was pretty sure we already slain all the men.
No.
Otherwise, they're cowards.
No.
They don't protect their women and their young.
I didn't see a chief.
I've seen some big ones.
We saw 3 warriors, right? Let's do a tally here. We saw 3 warriors, right? We saw a bunch of regulars in a feast hall. We ran into their women and children. That's no big deal. We didn't see a chief. We didn't see the chief's guard. We didn't see the chief's bedchambers. We didn't see anything like that. We didn't see the chief's treasury. We didn't see an armory. We didn't see any kind of food locker or food storage. We've only seen 4 rooms, maybe, right?
We actually did see their storeroom, but you're right. We didn't see There's a big long hall up to the north. We didn't see what was there, and there was a room with a door there too. So we know their storeroom. We know where they camp, their common room. Up north of the common room, there's a door and a big long hall. The guards came down the long hall.
Yeah, right. And if I had to give a guess, because we couldn't pursue the guards down that long hall, the actual active threat, because we went after women and children. If we can go down that way, that's where we might find the chief, where the treasure is and everything else, right? It's not to be with women and children. And if they want to bother us, right, I suggest we each bring, I guess I'm gay and I can use this term and it's okay, I don't know, a couple of faggots of wood each. And don't at me, internet. Some bundles of wood each, brush each, some oil, and if you really want to kill them that bad, right, and they present a threat, we can just pile it all by the door and smoke them out, set them on fire, and go from there, right? But otherwise, I don't think any kind of treasure or nobility or anything like that is going to happen dealing with the women and children.
Why must elves speak in riddles?
I gave you a really simple answer. You want me to give it to you simpler?
Give it to the dwarf. I'm thirsty.
I'll tell you this. There's no way that place is going to be like it was when we left. It isn't going to be those same people in those same rooms. They know that we're there and they know that we're alive. They're going to react. And it's not going to be what we saw.
Let's go someplace else. There's lots of choices.
Exactly.
Let's ask the bar. Who has the sack to go on adventure?
How many other idiot adventurers have come into that kobold nest anyway? Put it that way.
Well, we saw some of them hanging up in their storeroom. They're making jerky out of it.
Well,
yeah,
dealing with them.
Women and children eating humans, eating elves, eating dwarves, eating orcs.
Actually, this could be fun. Those 4 humans or whatever that were saying that we were complaining about the silver. They're still
No, they weren't getting in your faces. They're just like, wow. You know,
well,
there must be even more treasure if you're just arguing over this.
Well, I have a proposition for them.
Let's follow them.
Okay.
Why don't we race to Witch Mountain this? They go in, we go in, we both start at the beginning. Whoever makes it to the end and makes it out with as much loot as possible wins. The other team's probably dead. If we both make it out, pull everything together and split everything 50-50.
Vrug, I think the elf is speaking in riddles. I can't see why we wouldn't just hire them.
Because
Me
it's
either.
capital to hire them.
The elf has a bad history of playing games. He's done one, and he's lost one.
Hold on a second. What?
6 gold
I couldn't hear
to
you, TK.
my name. I can't afford to hire anymore.
How much do these people want for being hired? And do they have their equipment?
Wages for duty. They want they have leather armor, sword, shield, and dagger. If you want anything else for them, spears and whatnot, you'll have to purchase it. They want a silver per day plus room and board, just like your current men-at-arms.
Well, I don't want to hire them now because we're not going to go out until we get Elmer back.
All right.
So but I can hire some people when we are ready to go the next time.
All
Since
right.
I'm the face man, I guess
Then
I've got the best charisma.
Well, you're You're the one with the wallet.
All right. So do you ask them to wait until your companion is healed, or what?
I let them know we're not ready to go now, but if you're here, when our friend, and I point over to the walking corpse, when our friend's feeling better, we have a job for you.
And you get a 5% bonus, right?
Yeah, doesn't look good.
Yeah, no. If we're if we happen to be here,
Yeah.
then maybe we might get hired on for other duties, though.
Of course.
So who you can be hired on by, anyways? Huh?
There are travelers that require assistance. There are always supply caravans moving up and down the main road.
That's boring. You don't want any adventure? Don't have any.
Well, all right then. Best of luck to you and your silver and your kobolds. And they go back.
Yeah, worse of luck to you.
They go back to drinking and ignoring you.
I go back to drinking and ignoring them.
There was 4 of them, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Is there something cheaper than a silver piece beer? Is there like a cheap beer?
There is not. Small beer is pretty much it.
I'll buy them some. I'll buy them some small beers. I'll be friendly to the people in the bar.
Okay. All right. Well, that actually, yeah. I'll give you I'll give you a bonus on that charisma roll. They're appreciative of it. Well, thank you.
If you're around, we'll keep an eye out. We'll hire you if you're around. If you're not, fair's fair.
All right. So unless anyone has any other things to do, that pretty much concludes the first day. Again, Elmer will be healing up for a while. Having nearly bled to death on the cave floor. What do you guys do in the interim while Elmer's healing?
Base upkeep cost, I guess, just to keep ourselves housed and fed is 2 silver a day, we would say?
Yes.
Okay.
And I guess we'll have to wait about a week, I suppose?
Yes. So, barring anything else, are you guys regularly are you eating in at the Black Main, or what are you doing?
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I just drink, eat, whatever.
Staying local.
Keep my ear out for rumors, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, so the next day, when you good folk are there in the tavern, you don't see the men at arms. Let's see. However, and I'll have to bless you. Bear with me just one moment. I need a funky dice. While I do this, keep it nice and random. All right. While you are in the Black Main, there is a fellow. He's wearing armor. He has the Keep's colors on him. a long sword. His equipment's all clear. It's obvious he's not an adventurer, but he exudes competence. He is standing there. He's having a flagon of wine, talking to the barkeep. He sees your group, and we'll just you have enough modifiers both ways that unless Tonstal opens his mouth, no, it shouldn't be any.
Yeah, Tonstal doesn't talk. He knows better.
Yeah, he kind of sees you guys and sort of curls his lip up and goes back to talking to the barkeep. They're chatting about it. Yes, well, we've been thinking of bringing in some woodsmen, cutting the forest back a little bit. And what's this bandit situation like? Well, it's usual. They don't like to strike in the cold hour or in the cold months, but just some general back and forth. These steadfastly annoying you guys, ignoring, not annoying. He's steadfastly ignoring you lot.
Ignoring me is kind of annoying. Yeah.
Well, this is a good question actually in the back room, and because this is a D&D rule. Your arrows after the fight, TK, you can recover 50%. The rest break, get permanently stuck in the wall.
Yep. I just wanted to assume. I just wanted to make it clear that I was assumed I was doing so. How much is it for another sheaf of arrows, by the by?
By the book, and we in this particular case, going to the player's handbook is what we'll do. Arrows.
I don't know if it was different in the keep or not.
I feel like just doing it here because we are playing AD&D. Dozen normal arrows is 1 gold piece.
Okay, cool. So. All right, so a sheaf is 2 gold pieces, though.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't use imperial measure, or for those who don't use imperial measurements.
Oh, that's funny. But you do see Sarah McLaughlin telling the bar patrons that for less than 2 coppers a day, you can donate to the Kobold Orphans and Widows Foundation in the arms of the angel playing softly. I guess in Kobold's case, it would be in the arms of Kurtulumak, who just laughs and says, "Let's go fight goblins." So that was a couple of days. You're starting to feel a little bit better there, Elmer. Your stitches and the cat gut and everything is kind of feeling a little bit better. Oops, wrong one, but still. Yeah, so the rest of the week passes, and you did see the group of mercenaries in the Black Main one more time, but that is all. There was somebody who's obviously an officer in the Keep's military, and you see the mercenaries again just a couple of days before Elmer is feeling 100%, and then a couple more days go by, and he's feeling 100%. Those of you who needed to heal up, you are all now healed up.
Yeah, okay, so I can assume the men-at-arms is full then?
Yes.
Awesome.
So your 2 men-at-arms and your the rest of your party, they're ready, willing, and able, sir.
Vrug's been drinking for long. The thirst of battle is upon me now.
Do we
What say you, Elf?
Sure. Though if
You
you
can
go after
close the
women and
door
children,
behind
you're
me
locked
again.
in that room again.
Well, whatever plan you have, agrees with.
Okay, seems
Let's
you've come around.
let's pick a different entrance this time. I think they'll be waiting.
Sure.
Of course they'll be waiting. I'm waiting for them.
Well,
Must have revenge.
Let's see what caves are around, shall we?
All right. So a journey back to the caves of chaos is uneventful, and you stand in the ravine. You know where the kobolds are, and there are cave entrances dotting the sides of the ravine. That you, of course, it's not so steep that you can't climb up it, but there are to your left. That is the south. There is a very obvious cave opening. You think you see one kind of under a thicket of trees that is northwest of it, but you're not 100% sure. You have the entrance that you went in, and then, as I said, there are the ones further up the sides. If there are others under the tree thickets in the very southern end of the bottom of the ravine, you would have to go there and examine.
Okie dokie.
So, are we going back to that one there? And he points at the one we've been to before.
I suppose. Though I'm sorry, I'm going to have to dip. I just realized all of the documents on my computer are missing. So I'm going to have to bail and deal with that real quick. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's not good. Best of luck.
OneDrive just ate everything.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Okay, well, he will be quiet and firing arrows and employing sleep as necessary.
Okay.
Well, boys, what do we do?
If and we go back to the kobold, and I think Tunsil doesn't want to, and I understand.
I'll follow the group. Right?
Yeah,
if that's where we want to go, I'll go. But I think they're waiting. And it would be better, safer, less challenging initially to surprise them versus just show up where they expect us.
Since when did a dwarf give up a challenge?
Oh, it's a challenge, but I'm concerned that the numbers are against us in that entrance.
So where do we go? Shall we go to the one in the south there, the one that's just wide open and easy to see?
How about you pick, dwarf? I'll fight anywhere.
Well, that's probably the place they're less likely to expect us, right? Assuming they're attached. I don't know. These caves are, massive and winding. I don't know how they're connected. So, maybe it'd be safer from a strategic standpoint to go into that other cave.
Whatever you like. I'll fight next, eh?
So let's check out that south entrance and see what's available. Or there were other caves further up, right?
Yes, there are caves all along the sloping sides of the ravine.
Maybe they get easier as you go up. Elmer, do you want to go sneak in first, or shall I sneak in and take a look around?
Oh, by all means. Okay. Go ahead.
Then, if we're going to the one in the south there, Grimsby will
it's your turn to find the trap.
Sneak in a little bit and get the lay of the land, to scout around, come back out.
Okay, so you're going to the southern cave, that's my understanding?
Yes.
Okay. This is a natural cave that you're entering, but even Grimsby, you can tell that the natural cave gives way to obviously worked stone. Looking in to the south, you can see that there is a four-way intersection about 30 feet in, and the dim sunlight shining down in the ravine does give you a little bit of light. But basically, you can see a tunnel, of course, straight ahead. And then at the 30-foot mark, it turns both left and right.
Okay. I'll sneak down to that crossroads. Hopefully my infravision can kick on. And I'll peek down each hallway, see what I see.
Okay, so 30 feet in, yeah. Looking straight ahead of you, it looks like the hallway dead ends. Looking to your right, it goes down, you think maybe 40 feet, and then branches to the north and to the south. Looking left, the tunnel goes at an angle to your left, and I need to see... I got a much better PDF of the module, so it's easier for me to navigate around, thank goodness. Okay, you do have your infravision, and let's roll this real quick here. You're on your toes, so you are not surprised to see a group of goblins in a room about 40 feet to the south. Nor are they surprised. In fact, let's see. Okay, it's okay. So you've got a distance of how far here? Let's pull up that map. That's not the map. That's the map. Yeah, they're about 50 feet down that hallway, and just as you kind of glance down there, you can see that right around the midpoint of that southeast sloping hallway, there is a hallway branch off of it that goes due east, but that's not your chief concern. It's the 6 goblins who are picking up their weapons, standing up, and pointing in your general direction. What do you wish to do?
He holds up his hands in Goblin and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't know this one was occupied." And he starts backing away, and if they start coming at him, he'll just run. How many were there? How many were there?
You saw 6.
6. Okay. He puts on some charm. "Sorry, didn't know this one was occupied."
All right. You say that in Goblin to them?
Yes.
Okay. And where did hang on a second. That's odd. Oh, that's because I exiled it all the way down here. There it is. All right. So all right, you hear kind of a hearty laugh from them, and they just kind of saunter in your direction and say back to you in Goblin. And I'm sorry, what race is Grimsby?
He's a halfling.
He's a halfling. Oh, okay. Come here, Runty. Come over here. Let's have a look at you.
Grimsby's still backing out. Like, no, it's okay. I'll go find another one of these other side passages. There was a few back here. I'll pick another one.
No. Come here. What's the word?
Backing up.
All right. So
You don't
you
need to come after me. I'm just going to leave.
well, be sure not to catch any bugs. And they all laugh, and you hear their hobbed boots walking back down. Have a lovely evening, Jorge.
Okay. I go. Sorry, folks, everyone else in the group, that I'm stealing the spotlight for a bit. Go back to that the whatchamacallit, the crossroads. You said to the west there was it goes down and then goes up north and south. I'll go down just to that spot and take a look again.
So you're going back to the four-way intersection?
Yes, go back to the four-way intersection. If I don't hear them coming after me, I'll go down the west passage.
All right. Okay, hang on a second.
Hang on a second while I figure out how you die.
Is it screaming bloodily, or is it bloodily screaming?
Yes.
Okay. We'll use this one because it's fun. Just love it when I say enigmatic stuff like that, Mark.
Yeah, it's great when GMs say that.
Okay. So you... This is great. I don't particularly like that one, though. We're having a random encounter, and sometimes you got to go with stuff that actually makes sense rather than what the dice say. Sorry, Kyle.
Just how many liches is it good for one?
Oh, 20. 20 always brings awesome stuff, right?
A yellow mold, gray ooze, gelatinous cube, and rust monster.
All one animal.
Okay, padding towards you. We're going to say 40 feet away, coming from... So let's see. One. Coming from your right, padding up the hall, there is a large group of wolves.
Oh. I will back away more quickly and go back to my friends.
Okay, let's see. Are you surprised? Uh-oh. What is your dexterity?
My dexterity is 19.
You are not surprised at all. You're like, wait a minute.
It's always wolves. It's always wolves.
It's always wolves. So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Crap.
Welcome to Thief, my friend.
Yep.
Doot, dee, doo, dee, doot, doot, dee, doo, dee, doot.
Yeah.
Welcome to X-Thief.
All right. So I tell you what, we're gonna leave off there because we're almost at the top of the hour. You look over and here's these gray wolves, and you turn to run and kind of stumble, and you hear them bounding towards you. So next week, we'll find out. Hopefully, TK got his stuff off of his OneDrive. Hopefully, Mobius had a happy birthday and can rejoin us. Hopefully, Grimsby will not be pooped out, and you guys won't have to find another halfling thief. Thank you, everyone who stuck around tonight for a really great show. It was a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, we hope Kyle is back. Thursday night, that's night after tomorrow, David S. LaForce. He's actually got some art in this module, and I'm really psyched about DSL. David S. LaForce will be here to talk to us about his history of working with TSR, some of the great pieces for all sorts of Dungeons and Dragons products that he's done, stuff he's working on now, and stuff he plans to do in the future. So join us on Thursday with Dave S. LaForce, and then on Friday, we'll be here. We'll be playing some Gamma World, right, Doomsword? That's right. We'll be playing some Gamma World on Friday. So everyone, please join us. And if you haven't already clicked the subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications, please do that, because we do fun stuff all week long here on the show. I really appreciate it. And you guys appreciate it when I appreciate it, I'm pretty sure. So until then, everyone, have a lovely evening. Thank you again to my players, of course, all awesome. And of course, thank you to our audience. And the party hasn't encountered it yet, so I'll ask you guys, have you seen my owl bear?
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere, in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle, way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.